Well, the new era of supercars just started to feel a whole lot more real, with Blanchard Racing Team being the first to unveil their Gen 3 car, the Cool Drive Mustang, set to be piloted by Todd Hazelwood. Today's video was meant to be on a different subject, but this car has instantly made an impression on me. I absolutely love it, so I thought I'd whack the mic on and share my first impressions. Now, I do need to caveat this discussion with the fact that some further aero tweaking might be made to the Mustang and the Camaro as supercars work to paritize the two vehicles, but it does sound like any changes will be very minor, so I think we can largely take what we're seeing here today from Cool Drive as a sign of what we're going to see on the grid in Newcastle. And I am a fan of that fact because I love the look of this car. Obviously, the paint job is the first thing that jumps out, and I think it looks absolutely brilliant. It may be similar to what Cool Drive have run in recent years, but I think on this new shape of car, the Gen 3 Mustang that looks a lot more like the road-going counterpart, it just takes the livery to the next level, and I think really accentuates the shape of the new Mustang as well. The prototype liveries have been fairly plain, but seeing one of these things all stickered up just makes it look fantastic. Getting into the details, I really appreciate the white trimming they've got in this design. Again, the white has been on the Cool Drive livery for a little bit of time now, but I think it's been used very well here. It sort of frames the shape of the car at the front and really helps that blue pop out even more. I also like the way the team have integrated the hood vents into the design. When I saw the new Mustang unveiled at Bathurst last year, I was very curious to see how they dealt with that, especially because the prototype was a white base with those hooded elements blacked out. But yeah, pleased to see that Cool Drive have kind of integrated it into their livery, and it doesn't seem to have caused too much of a headache in terms of sponsorship placement. And on the topic of sponsors, it is fantastic to see so many different companies getting behind this small team. The rear of the car is certainly busy in terms of sponsorship, maybe not the best part of the design, but overall the most important thing is that they're getting the backing they deserve, and hopefully that support allows this team to reach its full potential. All that said, there were a few things that surprised me about the launch of the Cool Drive Mustang, and the first one is the fact the Mustang logo on the front of the car and the grille is actually blacked out. It is there, but it's the same color as the grille around it, meaning it's practically invisible. Now, this surprised me a little because Ford are providing a degree of support to every team running a Mustang this year, and I thought with that investment they would have expected the pony logo to be standing out nice and proud rather than this sort of more discreet option that Cool Drive have gone with. Of course, if they have let it go, I'm more than happy with that result because I think the blacked out logo actually looks really nice with this livery, and of course the overall Ford logo is still on the bonnet of the car itself. The second thing that really stood out to me about the car launch today is that I think it's finally dawning on me just how much skinnier these rear wings are. Obviously, the rear wing on the Cool Drive Mustang isn't all that different to what we've seen on the prototypes, but I think the fact it's now against a car that's fully liveried up with sponsors all over the place really just brings it home how much smaller it is. On the Gen 2 Supercars, they had massive end plates where they could put a whole lot of sponsorship. It was almost an extension of the bodywork, but here in Gen 3, it looks like an aftermarket part that's just been slapped on there with a lot less real estate for sponsors. Once again, not a criticism, I think it's just another example of how an actual livery really accentuates the features of the car. Overall, this launch has taken my excitement for the new supercar season to yet another level. I'm a big fan of underdog stories in supercars. I think BRT are a really exciting team that punch above their weight, and I like Todd Hazelwood as well, so I'm hoping this new Mustang is going to bring them the success that I feel they deserve. But do let me know what you think of this first Gen 3 livery that we have seen. I won't be doing a video for every car that's unveiled. I'll probably do something like this for the first Camaro, but I'm going to wait until all the liveries are unveiled, which will chances are be right before Newcastle, and at that point I plan on doing a tier list ranking all the different liveries in terms of the ones I love the most and the ones I'm not so much a fan of. But between now and then you can expect plenty more discussion videos, and of course, as always, when the season begins I will be doing round previews and reviews, and as much as I love the preseason hype, I just can't wait to start talking about the racing itself. On that note, please do subscribe. Like the 200 people that have already done so, a big thank you to those that have supported the channel so early on. Didn't expect to hit those kinds of milestones yet. They may be small in the grand scheme of YouTube, but certainly far more than I ever expected. So thank you for your support. Cannot wait to get the season going, and today with the first reveal of an actual Gen 3 car, we are one step closer.